And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on today's video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. So I hope you guys are all well. There's a lot to go through again in today's video. As you can tell by the title, we have agreed another deal for a player coming in. I will discuss this shortly, but I want to start today by going over some talking points from the pre-season game last night or overnight against DC United. Of course, Celtic are out in the USA doing a pre-season tour, take on some Premier League sides. But yesterday we took on DC United and we won the game 4-0. So goals from Matt O'Reilly, Mikey Johnson and James Forrest were enough for the Hoops to seal a victory in the capital yesterday. And I thought, obviously, there's some good talking points to mention. A lot of players did quite well. I'll go through who in a second, but it was quite good to see Brendan Rodgers utilising a lot of different players in the match. A lot of youngsters starting, a lot of youngsters coming on, stuff like that, a lot of rotation. And there's a lot to take away from it, really. But I think we should start with Matt O'Reilly, of course, the man that's taken a lot of the headlines recently. I mean, will he stay, will he go? A lot of teams are interested in him. He's our best player in the league by a country mile. And again, yesterday he played the first 45 minutes and was classy as ever. He opened the scoring with a smart finish from close range before doubling the side's lead just after the half-hour mark. As well as contributing to the goals, the 23-year-old also covered great ground in the midfield, breaking up play nicely at times and maintaining possession. Of course, he wore the captain's armband yesterday as well. O'Reilly led by example, and hopefully we can keep him at the club, and hopefully that's not the last time we see him in a Celtic shirt. What we'll say about Matt O'Reilly as well, despite all the recent speculation about him and his future, he seems pretty content being at Celtic. He's not really kicked up a fuss. And I guess Rodgers kind of restored some belief in him or faith in him when he gave him the captain's armband yesterday. Yeah, I know it's a pre-season friendly. I know it's it's not nothing too serious, but it's quite cool to see him lead by example on the pitch as well and have a great performance, scoring 2 goals. And overall, it's a quality game. Man of the match, in my opinion, he was superb. Again, another thing to mention from yesterday's game, Brendan Rodgers gave opportunities to 2 academy boys at right and left back for Celtic last night. I mean, I haven't really mentioned it too much, but left back is definitely an area we need to improve on this season. And if we can maybe do that through the academy, that'd be quite a good idea, I think. So yesterday we had Colby Donovan, got the nod on the right-hand side. He looked very capable in that position. He was sound defensively and on the ball. The youngster didn't take many risks and overall was adept in the hour he played. And opposite to Donovan on the right-hand side was Matthew Anderson, who played the first 45 minutes and stood out. Of course, he was on loan at Adamara Wacker recently, and he had a very good game, decent going forward as well with the attacking outlet on the left-hand side. And maybe if we don't, reinvest in a left-back this summer transfer window, we could maybe utilise some of these youngsters that can play that from the academy. It could be a good option. He looked quite good yesterday, so it could be an option for Brendan Rodgers going forward if he doesn't want to buy a left-back in the transfer window. And another player that played really well was another guy that scored, that has been James Forrest. Of course, he was subbed on for the last half an hour of the game. James Forrest showed his quality by scoring a goal and assisting another. Again, James Forrest, a man that we thought about half a year ago his Celtic career was over, and he had a great end to the season, and he's kicking off very well already in pre-season. It looks like he could be a very key player for us this season. So hopefully James Forrest kicks on, has a great campaign for us, and is here for a couple more years as well. But yeah, it's a pre-season game. It's always exciting to watch your team play again. I know it doesn't mean anything, but it's good to see some players get some minutes. It's good to see the performance as well, and we are playing well like we did yesterday. And especially seeing some of the youngsters come on as well and put in good shifts as well, like the left back and the right back, Donovan and Anderson, like I mentioned. So yeah, a very good overall performance from the boys. So let's talk about the transfer that's very much going to happen in the next few days or maybe even hours, actually. And that is Celtic are on the brink of securing Paulo Bernardo on a permanent deal following his successful loan spell at the club. So, of course, a midfielder who joined Celtic on loan from Benfica last season impressed with significant contributions in key matches despite not holding down a permanent spot on the team. We spoke about recently how the 2 clubs had agreed a transfer fee for him, believed to be around £3.375 million, with Benfica also securing a 30% sell-on clause for any future transfer agreement between Celtic and another team wherever he may go to. So this agreement highlights the potential of Benfica seizing Bernardo and their hope for this continued development at Celtic. The personal terms between Bernardo and Celtic have been verbally agreed upon, with only the final paperwork remaining to be signed to make the deal official. So, this is great news. I mean, we need. Well, this will be our third, fourth sign in this transfer window, and a sign I'm very happy with as well. He's a player that I thought, he wasn't amazing throughout last campaign, but he had glimpses, especially around December time, where he looked really, really good. We kind of got an insight on how good he could be for us if he's used correctly, he's nurtured properly. Yeah, he's at the club for many years. He could be a very, very good player for us. Of course, he played 33 appearances last season, scoring 4 goals, and the club had made the decision to sign him up permanently. Which I'm very happy with personally. I think he could be a good spell for us, a good signing for us, sorry. So, that's pretty much it for today's video, I suppose. But yeah, Paulo Bernardo will be announced as a Celtic player permanently in the next few days, or possibly could even be announced tonight. I mean, the deal has been verbally agreed. He's got to sign the final bits of the paperwork, and then he'll be on his way to America as well to train with the team and play a couple of preseason minutes with the boys. So very exciting times. This has kind of moved on quickly from what we've seen the other day, though. He was pitched in training with Benfica's first team. He's very much on the move to Celtic. Things are in motion, which is quite exciting. But yeah, that's kind of it with regards to the transfer news today. I'll go over some of the players that we've been linked to with quickly as well. So Adam Arda's situation has gone very, very quiet in the last few days and weeks. No real movement there from a Celtic point of view. It seems like Norwich will assess him until the end of pre-season and decide if they want to keep hold of him or sell him due to their new management. The Celtic will have to wait for that green light to see if he wants to come to Celtic or not, if Norwich want to sell him or not. That's that situation. Dara O'Shea's gone very quiet as well, the centre-back. That's no real movement there either. We know that we need a centre-back this transfer window. Ideally, 2 will be good for us. To get some really good strength in, some 2 quality first team centre backs would be good. And Michel Baguasha as well. That transfer is still in motion as well. That could be the next one after this Paulo Bernardo deal to be signed and sealed. But yeah, a lot of moving parts recently in the transfer window. We know Benjamin Sigles will leave the club at some point as well. He looks like he might go to Bucharest to work under former Celtic boss Neil Lennon. So a lot of moving parts around Celtic, a lot of things are happening, which is great to see. And it makes it all the better as well, and seeing that Rangers are struggling this transfer window as well, and they obviously lost to Manchester United yesterday. So yeah, we're looking good. They're looking kind of shaky, so it's going to be a very good season for us, I think. Very much looking forward to it. I think we should have a very successful year, and hopefully we can get all the players that we want to get in through the door. But yeah, let me know your thoughts of everything discussed in today's video. I'm very keen to know what you make of Paulo Bernardo as a permanent signing. Are you happy with this deal, yes or no? And what did you make of the preseason game yesterday against DC United? Do you think it was an overall good performance? And do you think Rodgers should show some more faith in the fullback area for youngsters to come in to maybe compete with Greg Taylor at left back in particular? Yes or no? Let me know down below. That does bring us to the end of today's video, guys. As always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.